Scientists say the sun's poles are about to flip. Just like the Earth, the sun has two magnetic poles, the magnetic north and the magnetic south. On Earth, the poles rarely change their order. They flip once every hundreds of thousands of years. But on the sun, it is a fairly regular occurrence. The poles flip about every 11 years. They last reversed in 2013, and you don't have to be a math genius to know that the next reversal will take place this year. Scientists say it will be an epic transformation. But they also claim that it can be terrifying for us. So how will this shuffle impact the Earth? Should Earthlings be scared?
No matter which school you went to, you were bound to learn three things by rote. 1. The Pythagoras theorem. 2. Mitochondria are powerhouse of the cell. And 3. The sun is a big ball of fire. This story is about that last bit. Because this year, the ball of fire is quite the hot topic. For starters, a total solar eclipse is predicted in April. This happens when the moon crosses paths with the sun, blocking it from view. It is a highly anticipated event for scientists. But they are concerned over one thing, fact that the sun itself is getting ready to flip. Its poles are about to reverse. Here's how. Just like the Earth, the sun has two poles, the magnetic north and the magnetic south. Every 11 years, the polar magnetic fields weaken. They go to zero and then emerge again with much more energy, but with opposite polarity. So the North Pole becomes the South and vice versa. This is a regular part of the solar cycle, unlike the one on Earth, where the poles flip once every hundreds of thousands of years. The sun's poles last reversed in 2013. Even those bad at math will know that the next due date will be sometime this year. Now this may sound scary, but the flip is not a big deal. What comes before the flip is, leading up to the pole reversal, the sun has intense magnetic activity. Right now, the sun is more active than it's been in over a decade. During these periods, the sun displays extravagant fireworks. There are solar flares or mass ejections. Scientists call them solar storms. Think of them as explosions. They hurl charged matter out of the sun, and it is shot across the solar system at a speed of hundreds of thousands of kilometers per hour. These particles can reach Earth in typically 3 days, and the results depend on what happens next. Remember, we told you about the Earth's magnetic poles? That's because the Earth has a magnetic field too. Usually, this field acts like an umbrella. It deflects the storm, much like rain bounces off an umbrella. But sometimes the storm is so strong, it rips through the Earth's magnetic field. And the results can vary. On the positive side, solar storms can result in vivid auroras, which is why this year the northern lights will be stronger than they have been in at least a decade. But in some scenarios, solar storms can be the perfect storm for disasters. They can disrupt communication satellites and GPS in space, and disable electrical grids on the ground. The possibility of such a hit is rare, but it can happen like it did in 1859, when the Earth witnessed the Carrington event. It was the worst solar storm in history. It disrupted telegraph lines, hindered messages, sparked fires, and auroras were witnessed in Mexico City. It was a shock event, and if a similar incident occurs now, it could cost economies trillions. But in most cases, this active time for the sun is not dangerous. It has more positives than negatives. For starters, scientists have an opportunity to dig deep into the sun. Secondly, you can start planning your next vacation.